what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Denim Radio. I'm your host, Josh the Hitman Hada, and we got Phony Ozone over there, all the way from Fozone, coming all the way by way of Innisfail. How's it going?
Great. I just found out what day it was today, so we're golden.
Well, it's a little bit of a strange one. It was a long weekend here in Alberta and most of Canada, I assume. But for some reason, I had Friday off, and the rest of the country had Monday off. So it's a little bit strange. It was kind of dead out there in terms of my work. But you know what? I got through it, and we had a little bit of a chat. So here we are, this rainy Monday in Alberta, doing another interview. So who did we chat with today?
We chatted with Upside Down Man. Mostly just Josh, but that tends to happen with any band he's in. But
he's certainly a chatterbox in the best way. You know, there's not gonna be much dead air when old JC's in the building. Yeah, it's good. It's good to chat with them. In case you didn't know, they're our latest signing. Were they? Can't remember. If not, one of the latest signings. We got a few we're kind of floating around that haven't made official yet, but they hopped on board to release their debut album, and it's been going great. I think lots of warmly received. It's a mixture of pop punk and metal. So if that sounds enticing to you, maybe give it a go. And if you need to hear it, we got you covered there too. Because I got a feeling a song's coming up a little bit later.
It's solid front to back.
Yeah, some serious riffage going on, but Brooke's a hell of a singer as well. So hopefully, if you haven't checked them out, this is going to entice you to finally take the plunge and check out Upside Down, man. And you can purchase their album from us on highenddenimrecords.com. But don't worry, all the money will go to them, not us. But yeah, what else? Before we get into the interview, what else do we got going on in our land?
Well, this week, July 7th, we have The Lost Planet Airmen. Their EP is finally being released. So it's titled Sagan. Or Sagan. I said it like the cyclist, didn't I? Peter Sagan. I've been watching too much Tour de France. Sagan. Yeah, I'm definitely Peter Sagan. Waiting for... that's not who it's named after, by the way. I'm throwing this all off the rails, but if you like biking, Tour de France started the other day. Anyways, it's out on Friday, so pre-save it if you haven't, or listen to it if it's after July 7th. And then also in the Trash Ambulance world... I forget which one I'm supposed to announce, but I think it's playing. We're playing in Edmonton on August the 25th with Grief Week, Dead End Driving from Vancouver, Vagro Wheel. I don't know how to say it, so
Vargul.
That sounds better. Yeah, our French is on point. And then us at Black Bar in Edmonton on August 25th. So. That's not announced as we speak, but it will be by the time this episode's out.
Hell yeah. And keeping it in the family here, maybe you guys have heard of the band No More Moments. They're from Siksika Nation there, just west or south of... Southeast of Calgary. And yeah, that would be right. And they do a yearly... music festival, and we tossed our name in the hat, and we were invited to come. So we're going to play Moments Fest on September long. Don't know exactly which day, but there's quite a few bands. I would have to check. What is it? Calling All Captains, the headliner. I think Forbidden Dimensions involved.
Single Mothers.
That band with like the 5-year-old. That's the lead singer. I can't remember their name offhand. Or Bat Smack or something.
Bat Scratch, I think.
Bat Scratch, there we go. So yeah, there's definitely going to be an eclectic mix of punk rock and metalish tunes. So yeah, we'll see what that's all about. And then yeah, stay tuned as far as the trashed world. There'll be more shit to announce for sure. But if all goes to plan, to get this out by Friday, July 7th, which I'm hoping to, I'm just going to, if you guys don't know, if you want a handy place to find all of the shows that either Trashed or the High End Denim bands are playing, as long as they send them to me, you can go to highenddenimrecords.com, click the little tab that says shows, and you'll see them all. So I'll just do a quick rundown. July 7th, we've got Sessions with Broken Yokes, The Rubber Bullies, and Go Fuck Yourself. That's quite the band name. That will be at the Slice in Lethbridge. Check that out. After that, July 13th, we got the Rodent Rodeo with Boo Radley and the Birda Boys. So that's taking place at Burns. I think it's kind of like a comedy show, punk rock mixture. I'm not exactly sure what's all going on that, but definitely rad to check that out. Burns is always an entertaining time. A couple days after that, we got Inspire Fest. That's Upside Down Man is one of the headlining acts at that. It's at the Highfield Regenerative Farm in inner city Calgary. The boys will talk a little bit more about that later on in the show. And then I think we don't need to go too far. But if you want to go check out, there's more shows in the far, far future, but we don't really need to dive into those yet. But these are the ones that are imminent that you might want to, write down in your calendar so you don't miss out. But yeah, anything else new and exciting? I mean, it's kind of summertime. People are kind of got shit on the back burners, but definitely looking like we're going to have a busy fall.
Yeah, I don't think anything else is imminent, but things change quickly, so. But you're set for this week if you've listened.
Very true. So yeah, we're gonna bump into our music here, and then we're gonna hop right into that interview. So what I want to hear, since they're jerk offs and didn't play their own music, and the whole point of this is to hype them up. No, they're just too humble. Humble boys. Eating humble pie with the King of Spain. But I'm going to pick an Upside Down Man song. Chooses No Weapon. They actually go into it a bit about where they came up with the name of this song as well as the band name. So yeah, stick around and you can hear that. But what do you want to hear?
I want to hear a song by Sam Russo. So he has featured on a Bernie Nichols song released on High End Denim. And his solo stuff is probably way better. So, yeah, I want to hear The Window, the anniversary edition, because he added a full band to a lot of his acoustic stuff, and it's an awesome song. And I kind of forgot about it until this morning. I'm like, man, this song rules. So, yeah, The Window, the anniversary version.
All right, so here we go. We got Sam Russo and Upside Down Man.
Turns on me 180 degrees. What the fuck was I supposed to think? Both hands firm on the cement. Perception's a bit different. Fucking turn that frown upside down. Upside down, man will have no use for weapons anymore. All the blood has gone straight into his set. So what do we do this time? Caught up but we fell behind. Look back to see what we believe. Straight face with an underhand. Charades up the board and tan. Last chance, take it all away. Upside down, man will have no use for weapons anymore.
Hey, this is Dan from Short Straps. You're listening to Denim Radio.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Denim Radio. I'm Josh, and we got Ozone over here. How's it going, buddy?
Yo, good.
It's going great. And we got from all the way from Calgary, Alberta, we got Brooke, we got Steve, we got Matt, and we got JC. Or Josh, whatever you want to call him. And together they put their powers together and become Upside Down Man. How's it going, fellas?
Good. Good to see you, hear you, feel you.
Yeah, it's the folks at home won't get to see you, but I'm seeing you, and I gotta tell you, I like what I see.
That's part of my day.
Yeah, I'm glad I kind of turned this into a half video thing just so I can check all you dudes out. It makes it worthwhile, you know. Okay, creeped you out, so now I'm gonna get the show going. So what's going on? Where are you guys at? I see you're all together.
Yeah, we're at Brooke's house.
Yeah.
Nice.
Drove all the way up across town to sit in the basement with a bunch of dudes.
This is why we do it, man. That's what it's all about.
I feel the night.
Sweet, are you guys all in Calgary?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, except for Steve.
Yeah, I'm in Cochrane.
Yeah.
I did know that.
A town that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Balzac?
Balzac and Cochrane.
It's our sister city.
So how do you guys pronounce it? Is it because I see people get butthurt about pronouncing it? Because I always said Calgary, but apparently it's Calgary or something. How do you guys?
Well, you got it. You got it. Calgary. Yeah, it's like as long as you don't say Calgary. Calgary. That's how you know you're an outsider.
Oh, okay, Calgary is.
Yeah, Calgary. Calgary. It's like, yeah, you're not from here. You're local enough. You sound like you got it down.
Okay, good. I kind of psyched myself out because I know like we had Regal Fowl on, and Mitch is from Toronto, and they're pretty anal about how you say it too. Like if you say Toronto, it means you're not from around these parts.
Toronto. It's like Montreal too. People say Montreal or Montreal.
Yeah.
There's not actually a T in it though, right? Isn't it like Montreal or something if you say it properly?
Yeah, if you say it actually properly, it's like Montreal.
Oh shit, Montrealis.
English slang. Pronounce it correctly.
I probably butchered it anyway.
Yes. Sure you did.
I guess I'm from Saskatchewan, and you can always tell when someone's not from around there, or they don't care about it because they say Saskatchewan. It's not how it's said, but anyways, now that we got the pronunciation down, you guys are a part of this label. So what brings you to High End Denim? And actually, let's back it up a bit. Like, when did you guys become a band? This incarnation.
2007, I think.
We met in 2006, I think, or it would have been early 2007.
Yeah.
Late 2006. And
Yeah, sounds about right.
met at a house party. I was playing drums with some friends just because I thought, I'm cool. I'll bring my drums with me everywhere. And then, well, before the internet, before YouTube, people liked that stuff. They're like, great, this guy. Right? So anyway, we were jamming away, and these two walked in the door, and we had a little bit of a love in, and they said, hey, why don't you come back and jam at our spot and see if you like our stuff? And I did. So yeah, the rest is history.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt, you should come join us. And okay. And he sauntered in. Yeah, then we had a gig pretty short afterwards, I think. We were playing at a friend's birthday party at a bar. Didn't even have a name. That's right. We're sitting at a bar table just being like, we got to say something. So then Upside Down Man was born.
Yeah.
Holy cow, I did not realize it was like you four go back that far.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, these guys go back even farther. I don't even know about that stuff.
Yeah,
So-
Steve and me, Matt, we went to high school together in Canmore, and then when I moved back to Calgary, I ran into Brooke at a job, and figured out he was pretty good at guitar, and I was not very good at bass, so we kind of teamed up, and he showed me the ropes, and we brought Steve into the fold, and then I don't know, and eventually Upside Down Man came out of that. So
We're missing out a huge part.
well, there's the big chunk. That involves other people too, but yeah, you can get into that if you really want. But
No.
Yeah, we're working our way up to that. So if you guys got this going in 2006, you said, so what took you so long to create your masterpiece album? I guess Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah, we all moved away. I think we got together in 2007 or 6 or 7, but we all moved our separate ways in like 2008 for work and various things. So we've been on hiatus for a very long time, and we were all finally back in Calgary for the first time, like all four of us, as of last year?
Well, yeah,
a year and a half ago or
almost
something.
2 years now.
Yeah, something.
So
And it kind of got
August 2021.
Yeah.
kind of got spurred on because I auditioned for the Maroons and got the part with them, started playing again, and then I think everybody moved back and got jealous. They're like, I'm gonna play shows again. So they're like, hey, we'll play a show here and there, and I said, okay, because I'm not allowed to be in 2 bands. My wife said. And then now I'm in 2 bands, releasing albums all the time, and I'm here instead of at home, so probably have to sleep here tonight. But, yeah, it's been good. It's been fun to get the old gang back together.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I totally didn't realize that. So you guys pretty much got together. So these songs that are on the album, like, have some of them been stewing then for over a decade, or?
Yeah. Some of the songs in the album were predated Upside Down Man with the band that we had before, and then we reworked them, rejigged them with Josh once we got him, and then just over half of the songs in the album are brand new ones that we've written in the last year
or so. Yeah.
Right.
So a little mix of new and old. You know.
Ozone, you look deep in thought. You got something to add?
No, I mean, that's a long time to build up to a release. So
It's definitely interesting.
They've been edging for 15 years.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah, guys got any pointers on edging? Like, holy.
Man, he's gonna wait. Just wait. Waiting.
So who was the last one to move back?
Just a moment.
Who was the last one to move back then? Who's the master edger here?
Steven.
Steve holding up the show.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
I got back, and within a couple months, we were practicing. And then Robbie Marone was nice enough to hook us up with a show at the Palomino that we kind of looked at as a test to see if we had it in us to still be a band. And we practiced at the Marone's practice space for a few months, and then had the Palomino show. And then, it went well. So we decided we're going to be a band again. And yeah, here we are.
Yeah.
So thanks, Robbie Marone.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Who's that guy? Oh yeah,
That other band you play in, Joe?
No, I don't actually. I haven't seen those guys in ages. It feels like, so I don't remember what their faces look like, or the smell of their hair, or any of the good things about them. But hopefully we get together soon and play a show or rehearse or something. I don't know.
Well, if you want to hear Johnny's voice, just tune into the old episode 007.
Yeah, it's about 80% John's voice.
Yeah, he really carries you guys. It's a good thing for him.
I know, you always need a good Johnny on every show.
Do you guys do prank calls? We should call him and prank call him right now.
He'd know what was up. No, he's smart. He's also he's clever.
He's cunning.
Yes, yeah. You'd see it coming a mile away, and then we'd all get reverse pranked. So I don't need that. Need that shit on my conscience. You hear me, Johnny? I was looking out for you.
I've literally don't think I've ever called him, so he'd be like, "What the fuck is this? Something's happening."
He would know.
Spidey.
It's a call from Josh. Who's Josh? Who cares? Not answering.
More than likely. Oh, no, that's not true. I did call him once because I had to go to his house to give you guys those stickers. So I hope they made it to you eventually.
I haven't gotten them yet, no. But
Oh, what the fuck?
We have stickers.
Speaking of which,
no, before next show. That's the goal.
Set small goals.
When is the next show? Feel free to plug away.
July 15th at Inspire Fest, Highfield Farms in inner city Calgary. Got a mix of everything. It's going to have bands playing, sharing the stage with DJs. Got a friend of mine bringing his a trailer that's a half DJ booth, half free food truck. So they'd be cooking up beats and also cooking up grilled cheese and eats. So yeah, all night long. And then it's going to have performers and good looking girls dancing and then us. And then some other people. I mean,
don't sound so excited.
show up for all the good stuff, You get to see a show from Upside Down, man, if that's your thing. It might be if you're listening to this. It might just be.
So is this like an annual thing? I've never heard of it before, so I'm just a little bit curious.
It's a little. Yeah, sorry. It's a little bit of a local grassroots kind of event, and they did it last summer, and apparently it was pretty good. I was away. I didn't attend, but my wife attended and a bunch of friends, and everybody had a good time. It's all ages too, so you can bring your kids out, and it's always a fun time when you get to bring the little ones, as you guys have seen. Pumpkin Donuts, all the little kids going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Plus, late at night it goes, a little bit more adult themed, and after dark it.
Steve gets naked.
Yeah.
And everyone leaves.
Yeah. Don't worry, they're all going to leave anyway, buddy. So yeah, that's July 15th. Tickets are at the Highfield Farm website. I'd have to look it up. I don't know about that. I mean, who does?
It's on our Instagram.
Yeah, we shared it somewhere.
So follow us on Instagram
and Facebook
and Spotify.
Smash that like and subscribe.
Yeah.
You guys just cracked triple digits on Spotify. That's a milestone.
Yeah, the followers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 108 followers. That was right now.
Shit.
You guys,
We did it.
yeah. Pack it in.
Quit your jobs.
We made it.
I mean, that's pretty good for a 16-year-old band, to get that many fans.
Phrasing. We're not a 16-year-old band. We're a band for 16-year-olds. Because then we would have followers. So maybe that's how we should market ourselves. A 60-year-old band. A 6-year-old band? Yes. Yes. See, I get what you think.
16-year-old Upside Down Man band.
Upside Down Boys.
Yeah. New up and coming band, new album.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Ozone, you were saying offline you had some questions about their new album. So we might as well dive into that.
Yeah, I was wondering, you guys went to old Echo Base, where we've had a few releases on the label go there. So, yeah, why do you guys pick Casey at Echo Base? And, tell us more about how that went.
I guess, reputation, and,
Casey's always been good to, like, the local skate punk scene. He works really hard, and he does it, affordably. He likes to, you can tell that he cares about what the final release is like.
Yeah.
We did have some options that we were weighing with some other people that I'm sure are capable and good at what they do. But at the end of the day, we know what the sound is. Casey did a great job with your guys' album. Honestly, it sounds awesome. Your last release, so we've recorded with him before. It's kind of a no-brainer at the end of the day.
Yeah, he just really knows the genre really well. Obviously.
So
yeah,
and honestly, he made every song better.
Yeah, as a producer, he was amazing too.
Yeah, willing to work with us and help us out and find a sound that we had, maybe not pinpointed ourselves.
Yeah,
So.
a couple songs that were kind of collecting dust that he was able to kind of take a fresh perspective on, which was nice. So.
And every harmony was sung by Casey.
Oh yeah, you can probably hear the telltale hallmarks, Casey, all over it. But that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing.
I tell people it's me, but they don't believe me.
Yeah.
So did he take on a pretty producer role, like as far as structure of the songs, or did he just add into what you guys had? Because with us, he never really changed any of the structure. He just
No. Not the structure. It'd be like a harmony on an octave part.
Yeah, suggestions
Or,
to play, whatever for vocals. Just something that, especially with some of the songs that are a bit older, that we had just,
I think it was like elevating the choruses too was like a big thing. Like that was the biggest thing he did was like, elevate the chorus, like add just a little bit more kind of like harmonic guitars and, like harmony vocals, just kind of make them pop a little bit more. And that was one thing he did that was good. And then there was that one, I think it was Proxy, right? He actually I think the bridge in Proxy, he was like, that's in the wrong key. We gotta fix that.
No, it sounds exactly like it's supposed to.
Yeah.
So he's good with that. He's got that ear and the technical know-how to steer you in the right direction.
And then every once in a while we throw you a compliment, and you're just like, thank you so much.
Hard to come by. So
if he's not scowling the whole time, you're on the right track.
So that's the thing too, is we had an interesting situation. We went to record and we booked a bunch of time, and then they booked shows in South America or Central America or something like that. So then we had a month break in between recording the drums and rhythm section, between doing the guitars and vocals after that. So, and then he also, he was injured, so that made everything piled on. So I would say he did a fantastic job in working with us and getting everything done, given the circumstances, with it piling on and on, and on and on, and trying to record other bands and whatever. So I think it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, he did a bang up job for sure. Yeah.
And we just got to pay him. Us too. Oh man, I had to block him.
Fucking
anyway,
ass.
Call it just to be like, I don't know. I heard they paid.
So Josh, if the folks at home don't know this, Casey is the drummer for the band Belvedere, and it's pretty fucking insane. So how did you feel? I know some of the drummers that I've worked with, when we go in there, they're pretty intimidated with Casey, breathing down their neck.
Yeah. I got to say, when I went in to record with him the first time, we were doing Book of Marone with the Maroons, and that was definitely intimidating, because I was like, shit. Like, I started watching his videos the night before, and I was like, I should have done that. Like, I know I've heard plenty of Belvedere, but then I just was like, let's just see if Casey's getting videos, and I was like, man, I'm gonna look stupid. Then I went in and recorded my parts, and he doesn't care. He's there to help encourage you. He's not that kind of guy, right? Like, and that's that's a good quality to have in a recording engineer, especially when it was intimidating at first, but this last time around with these guys, I already knew what to expect. My drums were tuned. He couldn't find a problem with them. I was like, that was like seal of approval. He like tap tap tap. Okay, that's pretty good. Put everything together, and he's like, sounds great. And I was like, okay. Because last time he was annoyed with me. Everything was just a little off and wasn't quite perfect, but he just, yeah, it was good this time around. It was much, much better. A lot easier. Because I know him a bit better too, right? So knowing the personality and what jokes to tell and what subjects to stay on and what to stay off to not derail the whole thing.
Yeah.
There was some session days where we would end up talking about.
Yeah, we paid for a lot of conversation.
And then we're like, well, we've been talking for 2 hours. We should probably record something. But, yeah, he was pretty good about giving us extra time too. So
to cover it.
I mean, looking back, he was trying to, keep the mood good. You know, like
you guys know. You guys know what it's like. Casey's he's great to have a conversation with, we'll say, right?
He knows a lot about a lot.
Yeah, he knows a lot about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Well, you guys know our drummer Reiki. He he leans into the nerd kingdom a little bit. He's first to admit it, but we were kind of like telling him when we first went in, like, don't talk to him about this or that. Like, don't talk about Dungeons and Dragons. First fucking minute we're in there, he's talking about Dungeons and Dragons. 2 hours later, same thing. We're like, dude, we told you.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it's like, all right, that was the first day.
Yeah.
We'll pick it up tomorrow and get some drums laid down.
Yeah.
So he's all business when it comes down to it, because he'll just you'll start talking about something. It's like, all right, get in there, let's do it. And Casey's great to work with. We'd work with him again. He said he's raising his prices, but I'd pay it.
And I think a lot of overtime goes into it after too. I don't think he doesn't work on it when you're sitting there all the time. He spends a lot of time after too, so it's all definitely worth it.
100%. No, he's and like I said, he's got the ear for it. He knows what he's doing, so we trust him. And it always sounds so weird hearing your music so polished though. The first time you're like, huh, is that us? Because that doesn't sound like us. I mean, I thought we were okay, but that sounds pretty good. Right, that's always the weirdest part, I should say, about recording.
All we'd ever done before him was like shitty demos, like in like my basement or something,
or John Cody's basement.
Yeah.
Johnny Marone. Shout out to Johnny. He recorded
that sounded great, actually. Johnny did.
That sounded good.
Johnny did a great job of that demo. We were inches away from releasing that as a single until we decided that we're going to do an album.
Yeah.
So
we were going to maybe do everything with Johnny for a little while, but then.
Yeah, we realized he's a talentless hack. Decided to go with a professional. So.
Love you, Johnny.
I love you, Johnny.
Not me. He knows. He knows, right?
He knows. Your hi-hat's going to get kicked over next show accidentally.
No, he's done it before.
It's awesome. Well, I think now is as good a time as any to take our first little musical break. You guys got a song you'd like to hear?
Yeah, actually. We would like to do, I don't know if you guys ever heard of a band out of Winnipeg called High Five Drive. No?
Maybe.
No. High Five Drive?
Yeah, High Five Drive. And a song called As This Body Betrays Me. We toured with them back in the day, and I hung out with them a lot when I lived in Winnipeg too. They're awesome dudes. They're no longer a band anymore, but they kind of have another band that they got together. But this song just reminds us of back in the day. So, yeah.
All right, here
High
we go.
As This Body Betrays Me.
High Five Drive.
Never felt this alone. Can't stop, it feels like I'm drowning. Can't that supporting me sink to the bottom, take everything, and I feel nothing. Why can't I still bring myself to say it's an apology? It was just killing me. Never sure was anyone or anywhere, but now I wish that my life was free and proof of mortality. I guess that I knew this life would be the death of me. Hate me, just hate me. Moments alive, dream lies in pieces, betray me. You hate me, everything's lost. Flaws us to kill it, take everything, and I feel nothing. Why can't I still bring myself to say it's time to everything is wrong. And when everything is wrong, everything is wrong. And when everything is wrong. I guess that I knew this life would be the death of me.
And we're back. Well, that was a hell of a song. Probably the best song I've ever heard. That joke never gets old to Ozone.
What a banger. I love the part where they're all like, what? So sick.
Well, getting back to your guys' album, Looking Up is the name, which is it's just kind of clever. You know, upside down man, looking up. I see what you're doing. Actually, I think I accidentally wrote "looking down" on something I put the other day. I gotta fix that. My bad.
That's negative.
But you guys got your, I think, is the first of hopefully many reviews that came in the other day. And I assume you guys all got a chance to read it.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
it's devoid of obscure vocabulary.
Yes. Lyrics devoid of obscure vocabulary.
So I think that means it makes sense. It's like that's it's my favorite review I've ever read so far of some of our work. It's the only one.
It's a good review.
It
was a good review. Yeah, we just laughed at a couple of parts of it because that's what we do.
Yeah, it's too metal, not really his thing, but really good.
At least he's honest. Yeah, basically how he described it is pop punk with metal backbone, you know, and I think that's pretty accurate. You guys got a approachable sound, but also got riffs.
We'll scare your parents, but we'll lure in your kids.
Talked about this. Talked about this, Josh. Offline. Enough with the luring the kids. We're not grooming on this.
You know what I meant. Not like that. Listen, you're gonna get us on watch list with your reaction.
I didn't say nothing. But yeah, I guess let's go through the lineup here and like what are some of your guys' top influences when you not necessarily influences in just the music you enjoy, but when you were specifically thinking of making Upside Down Man, like what bands were you drawing off of? Brooke?
I think the first band that kind of got me into like even rock music, like got me off listening to like MC Hammer and Vanilla Ice in the like early 90s. It was like I had a buddy who got me into Metallica, and he showed me the Black album when it came out, and then I started going back through the discography, and I was like, it just gets better and better, and that was sort of like an inspiration on like the metal side of things. And then I remember like obviously like Green Day, Dookie, and like Offspring, Smash back in the 90s.
Smash.
Like that, those are the albums that made me want to like pick up a guitar. Like I started playing drums first, and then I heard like Dookie and Smash, and I was like, I want to play guitar now. And those are like sort of influences. And then like Weezer, Blue Album, like a lot of like their melodies, like everything from like Blue Album and Pinkerton was sort of like inspiration for some like folk melodies and things like that. But yeah, I'll go with that.
Good answer.
Yeah,
Steve?
It's accurate.
Yeah, I mean Metallica, of course. Strung Out, I think, would be a big one. Just in the fusion of the metal, the skate punk, you know. But yeah, I mean, we all listen to a lot of different kinds of music, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, and I think we all somewhat kind of bring it to the band in a way.
Yeah.
When I first met Josh, he was just metal. You were just listening to metal. That's the only thing he listened to in his truck whenever I got in.
Yeah.
Just double bass drum and screaming.
Fast, aggressive shit. That's what I like, though. I still do.
Such a joyful guy. That age that you're like "Ah," when you're alone.
Let's calm down a little bit, but
yeah, the Green Day, of course, you know, the early stuff, Face to Face. Honestly, I'm just really enjoying like all the kind of stuff I'm listening to now is like new Canadian, mostly, you know, punk rock that you guys are putting out. I'm trying to like, you know, get to know the new local stuff, and a lot of it's really good.
Yeah, when you've been detached from the scene for so long, it's easy to forget there's actually really good local music out there and like independent bands putting out good stuff. And there's really been a lot of it lately that we found, I think, and probably draw inspiration for the next album.
Mm-hmm.
So, Steve, I think we've talked about this before when we were drunk, but I don't know if you remember meeting me years and years ago when your band opened for you were in the Intended, and I guess it would have been all you guys opening up for the St. Catharines band from Montreal. You remember that at the?
Yeah, that was our that was an EP release party with the St. Catharines, the Martyr Index.
Mad Cowboys.
Oh, that was that all ages show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I used to have to run upstairs to get drunk. But the reason why I'm bringing this up, there's a point to it, is that when you mentioned Strung Out was a big influence, you told me that night that someone was telling you after they watched your set, they're like, "Oh, did you listen to the new Strung Out album?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, I did." And they're like, "I know." I always thought that was hilarious. Stuck with me, like I don't know when that would have been, fucking 2009 or 2008. But I just remember that. I know. You're just, you were a good sport about it, but
well, I mean, what are you gonna say, right?
I didn't think you guys were a rip off of Strung Out or anything, but definitely influenced. But
it's been said.
I mean, there's only so many fucking chords on a guitar, you know, and especially with punk rock.
That's what Strung Out is known for, guitar chords.
Guitar something. I don't know what they're doing. I can't do it, whatever they're doing. Okay, sorry, Matt. What are your influences?
Your musical influences.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, I would just say, like, before I say influences, as a band, I think when we all got together, we all kind of wanted to play, like, you know, I guess aggressive music, but also melodic, and like, so yeah, kind of bringing that Metallica, Green Day sound, kind of meshing it together. Also listen to like a lot of Thrice, I guess, back in the day. Music kind of an influence, I would say. And then, obviously, I got into metal a little later, but then, yeah, like I know Josh would play a lot of Pantera. We used to jam Pantera back in the day too.
That's right, yeah.
And so yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, yeah, I listened to a ton of music. So, but I would say like Strung Out, Thrice, Pennywise for sure. Like Unknown Road was a huge album for me. It kind of got me into punk rock music. Face to Face. Yeah, Josh.
Oh, we're doing this still. Okay.
Yeah.
No, like back in the day, as the guy said, like, I mean, I started off in my youth listening to a lot of like grunge. I was a huge Nirvana fan growing up and stuff like that. So like, the Seattle scene was big for me. And then it kind of led into some heavier stuff when my brother's friend came over one day and we listened to Seasons in the Abyss by Slayer and Great Southern Trendkill by Pantera. And I was like, holy smokes, my world is so small. Look at all this stuff. And so I kind of got into the heavy stuff from there, just seeing the technical prowess of all the drummers and stuff like that. And then slowly kind of merged into things like bands like Tool and getting into older stuff like Rush and getting into crazy rhythms and stuff like that. But then a friend of mine brought me to a show at the Warehouse in Calgary, and we saw Good Riddance with Choke, and it was fucking awesome. Yeah. That was like, and I hadn't seen anything like that. And these guys being, Choke being from Edmonton and just playing such different shit than I had been used to, and that kind of, led to stuff like, started listening to bands like Death by Stereo, a little bit of a heavier influence with punk music and stuff like that, and things like Strung Out and bands like that, and then hearing some like Millencolin and Blink-182, and obviously things like Green Day when we were growing up. Like there was still that little bit of a punk mix in there that I kind of started seeing later on, and enjoyed the mix of high speed, fast paced music with like melodies and harmonies. And I also spent like the last 10 years raving with my wife, so I'm kind of all over the map. But and here we are now.
So did you guys play in any metal bands as well?
Geez, not really.
No.
Just hanging out with friends, just jamming on stuff that we like to play. Really, just hey, can you guys play Slayer? Yeah, I can play the whole fucking album. You're like, oh yeah, let's do it. And then your friends play some music at a house party. Everybody's like, wow, that's sick. You guys in a band? You're like, no, I don't know that guy. He just get a guitar. So, but yeah, no, these guys were like the first serious band I ever really joined, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's the only band I played in since I was 19. So
we're fucking loyal.
Same for me. I don't cheat on these guys.
No, man, it's always has been, always will be. Don't tell my other band or those other bands. all those boys that come calling. Everybody wants a drummer.
Awesome. Cool. Ozone, you got anything to add to that?
Not really.
Trying to include him, and then he's just, oh, not much. Everything's
He's
cool.
he's doing his thing. He's down there smiling away, in his best self.
Well, I mean, all the bands you guys mentioned make sense, right? Like they all had a baby and made Upside Down Man.
Pass the test, guys. They bought it. They bought our rock intro story.
We have no idea what we're doing.
That was all written by ChatGPT. Do what you were going to ask. So we
Coming
just
up every
read.
fucking thing. Can't escape the goddamn AI.
You just wait for the pressure cooker. Where do you think it came from?
Quickly, somebody get ChatGPT lined up here. Well, the AI off. Not what it sounds like.
Not even going to need podcast hosts anymore. Just fucking robots and AI. Looks like those clowns in Congress are at it again. What a bunch of clowns. This stays so current. Sorry, I had to drop a Simpsons quote.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, not like Tyler. He's still probably thinking about his Simpsons quote.
I know. He's just kicking himself.
Dude, I listened all afternoon. I had to turn it off and on a couple times while I was coming in and out of the house, and I was like, waiting. And I was like, all I have to say is a Simpsons quote, Tyler. Just one. Doesn't have to be your favorite. Anyway, I'm calling you out, Tyler. You should.
What's yours? Now that the
What? It was the best of times. It was the blurst of times. Stupid monkey. He just a Simpsons quote. Seriously.
I hope that wasn't a pressure cooker question. Oh, Steve's doing it anyways.
Oh, no.
I don't know. I didn't look at them. AI did it.
Fucking robots.
My favorite place in Montreal. Oh God.
So, I generally hate this question, but I'm gonna ask it just because I'm curious. So, is your name after? I gotta admit, I'm not a huge comic book nerd. Sorry, Steve. I don't know a lot, but a quick Google search says that Upside Down Man is a major DC villain, or is it a Stranger Things thing?
No, man. I first learned about this Upside Down Man guy like a month ago.
Oh, that's a thing. No,
Yeah.
it's
And I believe he's upside, or no, he's one word upside down and then man. So he's
upside down man.
Yeah.
Upside down man.
Upside
That's
Down Man.
not us. Why don't you tell them the origin story of where you guys heard of Upside Down Man the first time? This is how ridiculous we are.
It's not very interesting.
No, it's not. But this is just how ridiculous shit is.
It's like it was like like remember like the old late night with Conan O'Brien, like way back in
late 90s.
In the 90s. I think he had like they'd always have like these weird mascots on their show, and then one night I think they did a show where there was like a tournament of death with all the mascots, and then one was like Upside Down Man. He was like
Upside down.
yeah, he had stood no chance
Against the masturbating bear.
exactly.
That's how I remember.
Yeah, and he chose no weapon. I don't know. I always found that hilarious, and that's
just dumb jokes.
just
right?
always stuck. Yeah, it always stuck with us. And that first show we played, we were like, we got to pick a name.
Well, and we had a
Song
couple
already
references.
existed.
We had a couple song references already to Upside Down Man. Chooses no weapon. At the time, we had a song called Upside Down Man hates emo. So we're just like, well, just be Upside Down Man because we do hate emo, don't we? Yeah, so that's us.
Yeah,
At the time, and even still.
Oh, now they're gonna hate us.
Well, no, but I'm not calling anyone out
No.
specifically. I don't think the era can come back and bite us.
Yeah,
Not a lot of emo out there
No, but
anymore.
that title wasn't so much about the music as it was like back in those days we had to play with a lot of emo bands, and like we would follow them and we'd play, and they would just like stand there with their arms crossed, looking at us like they were sad,
So
giving
sad.
us nothing. So we kind of, so that's where that came from.
Yeah.
See my dog like in the background. Beside Matt.
Just giving her. Hey, good boy. Good dog.
So how active were you guys back in the mid 2000s then? Or whenever you were pretty active.
Well, we were really active when we were we intended before we got Josh. We toured Canada. We played lots of shows around Alberta and Calgary, and then when we got Josh on board, we played a whole bunch of shows as well in a pretty short amount of time, and then
mostly locally in Calgary, I think. We didn't do too many outside, but there were a lot more venues, I think.
Yeah.
Back in the day. There
were so many venues back in the day. Yeah, can't believe it.
The distillery, the underground, the castle. Those are all
like the Gateway. We played a ton there.
Gateway.
Point on 17th.
Point.
Yeah, I feel like we were playing at least once a week.
Yeah, man.
And it wasn't place, and it wasn't always the same.
It wasn't the same bar, It wasn't just Burns or just here. It was like there was venues all over Calgary. We played them
2-3 times a month. We play, and it'd always be somewhere different.
And sometimes really good, like not even sometimes, like quite often good turnouts, stuff like that. What was that other one at the hotel we got banned at for shooting fireworks in the?
Well, that was
Stetson.
Oh yeah, Stetson.
But no, we fired fireworks in the parking lot.
So many bars have we fired off fireworks in the parking
Yeah,
lot.
Stetson, we did that too.
I hope nobody's listening that they look at us. That was then. This is now. Relaunched as old men. Okay, back then we were stupid. We still are, but we were really stupid then, dude.
Well, that was
So come to Firefest. We'll blast fireworks off the crowd. Everybody loves that.
Well, that was going to be my next question. Is like, what is the biggest difference you guys found from playing shows back then to when you came back and now you're trying to get back into it? Like, what's even just the music business in general? I hate to say business and punk rock, but you know what I mean. Like the whole thing, putting your music out and then getting out there and playing.
It's easier for sure now, like to get out there and get your music out. Like there wasn't Spotify back then. There was
MySpace.
we had a MySpace page, I think.
That's how we would share our music. And it had lots of plays on it, and then they wiped that out, and then we were wiped out effectively. But no, now I find it's like where are the young people? Brooke asked that once, and I looked around and I looked at all of us and looked at all of our friends and everybody playing in bands. The same dudes doing it for 20 years, it feels like. But then I see them out there. I see it. I see the scene, and they're out there giving her. Just got to find a way to attract. I don't want to say it. You know what? I don't know what to say. You guys are going to shoehorn me into whatever you're trying to make me look like here. I'm being railroaded. Just to get, like it seems like there's an active scene out there, but it's harder with like less venues, we'll say, right? It's you don't want to play the same spot all the time. You don't want to just go play Burns every day. Yeah. No loss to clean.
It's easier to get your music out there, but it's harder to get shows. Like
good shows with good turnouts. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that seems to be turning around. I think we're going to have some pretty good shows coming up here, and
good promoters help, right? Having you guys on our side is helpful. You're pretty active on the socials and stuff like that, which is good. Having guys like Robin Marone help us out, that's always good with people who are actively working to try and keep the scene going, and we appreciate those people. Yeah, because without them, man, oh man, we'd just be playing for us still after all these years.
That's why you book as many bands on the show as possible. So at least there's going to be 20 people there, but they're all in the band.
That's fine. That is totally fine. Those guys are enthusiastic and they like what they do. So I'm going to play for just bands. I prefer if other people came too, but hey, think what we can get for now.
It's been pretty good. You just got to pick and choose, like you guys said. You can't. I think the days of doing what you guys did when you were younger, the couple times a week in Calgary, that's probably, for a number of reasons, is probably over. But I think as far as getting people out, I think if you play too much, like we found ourselves doing that before. We wanted to play as much as we could before we went to Costa Rica, and it was like by the end we played Red Deer, 3 times in 3 months. But the third time, people are like, "Yeah, we've seen it. Like, we don't need to come out." Had some great shows leading up to it, but
there used to be a more active scene, though. I felt like you'd go out and there'd just be people there just because they knew there was live music. And I mean, like I said, I know that exists. I know that still exists. I see it with some of my friends' kids are like in their 20s with some bands, and it always looks like it's like pumping at the same venues we play. You're like, huh, look at how many people fit in there. That's amazing. So good for them and good on them. We'll just wait until they're big and then we'll slide in and open for them.
I do think the whole environment has changed, right? Like,
Yeah.
you don't just see a poster on a wall anymore and say like, "Oh, I'm going to go check it out." I think people still do, but it's like, I don't know. Like, we played Innisfail, right? Like, and we had random people walk in and say, "Oh, I saw your poster at the liquor store. I thought I'd come check out some live music in Innisfail," right? Like, so it's like, still at getting out there, postering the streets, you're going to get people that actually care and want to see music. They don't just want to go hang out with their friends and get loaded, right? Like,
Yeah.
so, and I think switching everything onto social media and just making a Facebook event and saying, "Oh yeah, I promoted this show hard. I sent it to Facebook like to 30 people." No one gives a shit, right? Like,
That's the thing I think is hard too, like you say, is that it goes on onto socials and then everybody's just flooded with that information and it kind of just like hits their eyeballs and bounces off. As where if they see a poster at a liquor store, they're like, "Fuck, there's the punk show coming." They don't use social media, or they don't, they're not in those circles or whatever.
Yeah.
I've had friends come to shows when they were gonna come when we did our tour last year with you guys and Let's Go. We had I had some friends that I seen their posters in the same venues in like Nelson and in Revelstoke, and they're like, "Oh, we saw you guys up there. We were gonna come, but we were gone the night before or whatever." And that sparked conversation between a couple different artists that were like, "Oh, you guys are playing here and there and there, and so are we doing different stuff totally." But it's it got us talking to each other, at least saying, "Okay, well, hey, I know you're doing this. Why don't here's next time we come and there's another body attending, another ticket sold, and from different spots than just like the same old 40-year-old punk rock community, the old punk rock retirement home we're all living in."
Well, and I think with people our age, like if you have a family, you only get so many nights that you can go out, so like without feeling like a deadbeat, just ditching your family or whatever. But so it's like you can't go to all. There's lots of shows I'd love to go, but it just doesn't. I just can't go to all. I have to pick and choose when I'm gonna, ditch the fam. So totally understand that. And Josh, do you ever get when you I don't know if Upside Down Man's had the chance. I'm sure it's coming, but when you open for a big band and then some people you've never seen before come up. "Oh, you guys are great. Where are you from?" And for you, we're in Calgary. You're like, "Oh, I didn't know you guys were in," and you're like, "Oh, sweet. You should see this person at our shows. Never see him again."
Yeah,
that's happened to me probably 500 times. It's like, "Yeah, fuck, I never knew there was skate punk in Red Deer. We'll be there at every show for sure." And it's like, never see them again. It's like they were just a figment of my imagination. I must have did mushrooms that night or something.
we played a show at the Gateway recently for the closing down party when they were they're demoing the building, and we got invited to play along with a bunch of alumni that came out, and we rolled up and we thought it was just gonna be us, and we're used to kind of playing there from back in the day. And then we walked in the doors and it was just packed with people who would not normally come see an Upside Down Man show, and everybody played their top 40 kind of like reliving their college glory days with some of these songs, and we're like, "Oh shit, like we're up last, hey? Okay, well, there's like I said, there's gotta been 300, 400 people there. It was packed." So we get up on stage and they said, "It's like now for something completely different," and we play our set, and everybody's like, "Holy shit!" And you get these people come up to us afterwards, they're just like, "Hey, great show, you guys are awesome. That was great." Yeah. We're like, "Thanks, appreciate it. Here's where we are playing, and keep in touch and look at our Instagram and look at this. That's how you can follow us." And they're like, "No, but seriously, man, that was awesome. You guys are the best ever." You're like, "Okay, thanks." Like, come to a show. They're like, "Man, seriously, I didn't even know you guys were a thing. Where have you been?" And they go crazy.
I haven't seen this.
Right? And then you look out the crowd and it's like, it's you, and so it's Reiki, it's Robbie, it's John. You're like, "Hey guys, where's that other person?" And it does. It happens very frequently. So people like it, but I mean, they're being pulled for time the same as we are, right? Commitments and work and family. So I tell people I'm going to shows all the time. You be there, I'll be there. And then you can't make it.
Ozone tells people he'll drum in their bands all the time and then doesn't make it. It's like, "Oh, I actually have to do it?" It sounded great in my brain.
Who are you drumming for, Ozone?
No one.
No one.
No. In reality, yeah, absolutely no one, man.
He loves the idea of it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He wants to be in love, but doesn't want to put in the work.
Well, it's easy to say yes, right?
The idea of it sounds awesome.
Oh man.
In the last case, it was a death in the family, and I couldn't, so I'm not. Can't. I didn't bail on that one. I wanted to, but I had a real reason.
I have quit.
We don't need to go into the details.
Sorry for your loss, but that's a great story.
Yeah. Distant family, but I still got to go.
That's true.
All right, on that note. Woo! Didn't mean to sewer you there, Ozone, but it's pretty hilarious. Let's roll into one more musical interlude. So what else you guys want to hear?
We can do some short straps.
Yeah.
Take this job.
Take this job.
You don't see, you don't bleed, you don't mean anything to me. You don't feel, you don't breathe, you don't mean anything. Don't mean anything to me. You don't feel, you don't breathe, you don't mean anything. You don't mean anything. You don't mean anything to me. But I can't stop. I need you more than you need me. Until I'm born. Is this the only way? You don't see, you don't bleed, you don't mean anything to me. You don't feel, you don't breathe, you don't mean anything. You don't laugh, you don't cry, and I don't know the reasons why I won't leave. Like just grieve, you don't mean anything to me. You don't mean anything to me. You don't mean anything to me.
And we're back. Man, I loved everything about that song except for the bass. That's a throwback. That's a little treat for anybody that's been listening since episode 007 at least. But yeah, I think it's time to turn the reins over to Big O here. Why don't you introduce the theme song and do your thing?
Well, here's Tyler and the Tigers. Now. Okay. So it starts when you answer the first question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the capital of France?
Paris.
How many kilometers do cyclists ride in the Tour de France this year?
I don't care, man.
What's the best strung out song?
Virginia Madison.
Largest planet in the solar system.
Oh, that is Jupiter.
Pizza or tacos?
Tacos.
What year did the Titanic sink?
1913.
What's the term for something that's flipped vertically?
Upside down.
Oh, favorite local band that everyone should listen to?
Short straps.
Best candy?
Probably bridge mixture.
What's the chemical symbol for gold?
Pass.
Largest ocean on Earth. I think we asked this one before.
The Pacific.
Boxers or briefs?
Briefs.
Your buzzer sounds old.
Get that thing adjusted.
Do we need to revisit anything? Did he get anything wrong?
Yeah, a couple of the past ones, I'd say.
Not really. Or Titanic, I think, right?
Oh, really? Is that 1912?
12,
or
I
what?
think.
Is gold?
1911.
Oh,
What did you say?
Was gold AU? AU.
Yeah, AU.
AU.
AU's guys.
AU.
That's a gold Italian.
Hey, that reminds me of a joke I heard the other day. Knock,
Shoot.
knock.
Who's there?
Ah,
Ooh.
werewolves of London.
Oh, you found the perfect audience, eh? These guys will laugh at anything.
I told my wife and she didn't get it. I had to like show her the song. I was like, oh, okay, that song. I'm like, Kid
Very-
Rock
very
did a
funny
shitty
to
version of it. Awesome. Anything else you need to make fun of him for? What about the whatever Tour de Force or whatever the hell you said?
Yeah, how long was that? The bike
Tour de
ride?
3,600K.
Holy shit! I was gonna say 270.
Right.
Be like,
Oh,
that's
it's
a lot.
like it's like 200 a day
That's
until
fucking
July 20.
Also-
It just started, is why I asked. So.
oh.
No one cares. He's right. No one cares about that at all. Sorry, you might. That's so one.
I do. I've
Obviously he
watched all
cares.
3 so far.
I like.
How long does
I
it
like-
take you to watch it? You just have to turn it on.
I
every
just
day.
watch the last hour every day. I don't care about the first 4 hours.
That's probably a good method of watching the Tour de France. Who cares about most of it? We'll just watch the end. Is it over? Perfect.
Yep.
What do they talk about the whole time? Like the play-by-play and the color
Look at
guys.
his ass. It's so
They have
sexy.
like micro competitions, like the sprinter's jersey. They have sprints at the start to get, and then the climber jersey and stuff. And then basically it's just a commercial for France for the first 4 hours.
Oh, yeah, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
What's wrong with France,
You're
man?
making the right decision.
We're a France-friendly show, man. Come on, grow up.
France. Oh, I'm friends with France. Those guys riot over anything. I love that.
I love that.
Right. We should do that more here. Like we get all sorts of like rights and freedoms like kind of taken away. We get overtaxed, overworked, and it's like in France it'd be like, no cigarettes for children under 6. And they're like, burn the place down. I love that. Get what they want. They do. It's all strategy. It's
Someone's got to stand up for those chain-smoking toddlers. That's what Josh is Jesus
Sorry,
Christ.
little Sylvie, there is no cigarettes for you, but we will strike.
My children, they need wine.
See, that's a good Simpsons quote right there.
I was thinking that one.
Oh.
Itchy and Scratchy Land, Europe, or whatever.
Hello, my children, they need
Open
wine.
for business.
See, Tyler? They're all sitting right there, plumb for the taking. You blew it.
Yeah. Stereotypes exist for a reason, France. We're looking at you.
Look what you did, Ozo. Look what you did. And if you guys listened to episode 5, I believe that was the Raimi one, and I asked him about how fat Mike's French was on Champs-Élysées. I'm like, is that bad French? He's like, really? Really bad French. That's so good. He's like, I think the only thing he says that makes sense is Champs-Élysées. So yeah, I'm not going to try to sing French on any of our... Oh no, we did. Fuck, I just broke
Yeah, you
my
already-
rule. Our last song, we sung a couple French things. I don't know if we did it properly. Bonne journée.
Well, no, you guys are all about spreading like false facts, right? Like Donovan Bailey, he's from fucking Kenora or whatever.
That wasn't us. I corrected that.
Your show said it though, and now that's what I've been saying to everybody since then.
Hey, I
So, don't know,
disputed
whatever
that
false
on,
facts-
on the air. I disputed that immediately. I'm like, he is not from Kenora.
People don't remember that part. They remember the fact.
Can't put the genie
was
back
so
in the
good.
bottle. It's already out there.
The legend of Kenora was born that day.
He did
Yeah.
send me a picture though, and there is a guy named Mike Smith. He was like a decathlete.
Yeah, I believe it. You guys said it. It was on your show. Of course I believe it.
And Mike, we're modern day Joe Rogan's. I guess he's also modern day, but
Well, I believe as much stuff from Joe Rogan's show as I do from your show.
yeah.
But I have way more respect for you two.
Well, I got the same mic as him. That's about the only thing that's comparable at this point. Maybe viewership too. It's close. And how much money I make
You
from
ever done
Spotify every
DMT?
year. Yeah, you guys want to do some DMT?
Just do more DMT and smoke more weed with Elon Musk and
Go
you're
with
set.
that.
That's the extent I know about Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So aside from this Inspire Fest or Aspire Fest?
Inspire.
Inspire.
You have to say it with a French accent. Inspire Fest. Is that French?
That didn't sound French at all, man. I don't know what that was.
I don't think that inspire. No,
Inspire.
Inspire Fest. I know it sounds uplifting though, doesn't it? Doesn't it sound like a good time? I've never been. I'm just like, making stuff up about how great it's going to be. We're going to be there though, so you know it's going to be great. No, it's going to be awesome. There's a roller rink that they're just giving away free roller skates for rent for kids and everybody to come and roller skate their hearts out while they're.
This whole podcast is just fake news at this point. Like, who knows? If, yeah, sure, there's a roller rink, Josh. Fuck,
No
I
one,
believe
no
you.
one's. Hey, well, all those people who said they would be there, they'll tell you.
Elvis Stoico is going to be doing the lessons, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no,
Try
Tanya
to
Harding's-
Camrose.
No, there's all sorts of fun stuff to do. It'll be a great time. We go late and nobody cares what we do out there. We can be nice and loud because it's on a farm, but it's in the city. Isn't that
That's
crazy?
very confusing.
My friend owns the place. It's they like make soil and compost and they have a garden and they do like community farming and things like that. But
I make
it's a like
compost.
party.
Big giant poops.
It's the same thing, I'm sure. I'm sure it's the exact same thing.
Tell
It's probably-
tell them to come pick up their order. I got a fresh batch waiting for 'em.
Got the good stuff, eh? Yeah.
Fresh from the tap.
Central Alberta.
That was good red
Boy,
deer
no.
poops.
Had to evolve there at some point, I guess.
This has officially gone off the rails,
Yeah.
as it usually does. It wouldn't be Denim Radio if it didn't. But
Oh, well, just
Oh,
wait
so-
for time.
you got any non-Tour de France questions that or just avoid France altogether? It gets Josh riled up.
Should he like Beauty and the Beast? No. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. Aside from Inspire Fest, anything else lined up?
Nothing that's announced, but yes.
Yeah, we can't tell you. Very cryptic. We don't have anything, do we?
Sorry. Yeah.
We're just trying to sound pretty booked and busy. No, we got some stuff we're talking about, but we don't want to, say too much too soon. It's, that's always a bad idea. Everybody makes plans, says they're going to be there, and then who knows? They might not even show up. So if you don't tell them when it is or where it is, then they can't not show up.
That's
Perfect
basic
plan.
marketing. say nothing about your band, and you can't get your feelers hurt. Don't even put out music. That's why it takes you 16 years. I thought fucking Short Straps took forever to put on an album. You guys just made them look like bitches, dude. 17 year.
No, I mean, okay, that's fair. But we also did just say, like, when we started talking to you guys, we were only a little bit late because we had some scheduling issues with Casey. Like, when we said we were gonna like put together an album, we did that like pretty goddamn quick. I have to say, like, I mean, it was songs in like every week. Brooke was pumping out another song. Learn this, play this, faster, better. And then even on like the week before we go into the studio, he's like, I got another one. And it's just like, so we just kept pumping it out. So, I mean, Short Straps can't do that.
Shots fired.
I mean, no, can they?
Give them 16
If
more
they
years,
can, I
and they will
challenge
fucking
them to do
100%
so.
do that.
A year, we'll have one more song. A new single from Short Straps.
Split EP in the future.
Yeah, the first half of the song, and then the second half of the
6
song.
Upside Down Man songs, 1 Short Straps.
Split. We'll challenge them.
Half of a song on each half for them. couldn't get 2 songs, just split one in half. We love you guys.
Yeah, no, we do. I enjoy their company and also their music, but I mean, yeah, just saying.
Well,
We took a bit of a break, and then it just went like, pachoo. So maybe that's what we needed. Time off from each other.
You need to go find yourself. You went to
Yeah, they all
India
found
for a
themselves.
few years. Went to Nepal, climbed some mountains. Now you finally know the real Josh. Now you can play the drums again.
Barely, but it'll do.
Thank God for Pro Tools, eh? Superior
Right.
drummer.
Yeah, that's me.
As soon as we close the door, Casey's just right back in the studio doing everything himself.
Just like, oh God, these guys again. Yeah.
No, he's
I
awesome to
asked
work
him to
with.
do that once, and he said no. Can you just play it, man? You can play it better. No.
Well, I mean, that's good. That's probably better in the end, right? Well, no.
It's way worse, way worse, but better.
Yeah,
for
not
us.
even close.
I take that back.
I remember
Yeah.
the first time we ever went in there, we were so woefully unprepared. It was embarrassing looking back how we were not prepared at all. And I just remember like you were struggling to play some drum part, and he just like took the sticks from me. He's like, just do this, and he's like, it's easy. You're just like, it's not easy, Casey.
They got to do it to a click and also record it, make it sound good. It's easy when you're just like, geez, just like this.
But it's an insane learning experience for you because now you've been over prepared every time you go.
Yeah, it was four albums later and 10 years later, I went back in and I was like, man, there's this part I want to play, but I don't think it's humanly possible. And I showed him, I was like, yeah, sure it is. Just immediately sat down. I was like, it was like 16ths on the hi-hat. And even Sean, who programmed the drum part, was just like, whoa.
Okay, well.
I was like,
love you, Casey.
all Casey.
We'll have to get you on the show someday if you'll talk to us again. If you're not sick of us, all of us.
He's listening right now. He's shaking his head back and forth. I have a reputation.
Something tells me the last thing he does is go looking for podcasts of our voices, any of ours. Like, I haven't got enough of you guys. Fucking 10 days of you.
Well, that's usually for him to have to endure that, we have to pay him the daily rate. And then he's like, I can handle this right now. As they're putting the dollars per hour, I'll sit there and listen to this shit. After that, it's time to go. 10 days are up. Bye-bye.
I think we talked about this, but I couldn't remember the name. But I don't know. We're kind of a gassy band. It's no secret. And he didn't really say anything.
Two-thirds.
We're making all these fart jokes, and then all of a sudden he just turns around. You guys should be called trashed flatulence, and then turns back around.
Oh, boy.
Like, oh yeah, I like that. I don't know if we need to advertise that we fart a lot, but the option's there if we need it.
Kind of a well-known fact.
Well, I think that's a good time to start wrapping this up. So go out with a farty bang here. Yeah, where can I know you mentioned it earlier, but one more time, where can everybody find your music and your socials?
Well, we're on Spotify, of course, Instagram, Facebook, all the places.
High End Denim Records.
HighEndDenimRecords.com.
Yeah.
Yep.
What else? Other places, I'm sure.
YouTube.
YouTube,
On the YouTube,
Amazon,
Apple Music.
Apple.
Holy smokes! We keep going.
Yeah.
I bet you there's others.
X videos.
That's Jesus.
That's just Steve, though.
Yeah, well,
One Steve, one
anywhere
cup.
you find music nowadays is where you'll find
No.
us, I suppose. You will not find us hanging around where we shouldn't be. And you all know where that is. We won't be there, I swear. We'll be here doing what we do, making music.
legally above
Yes.
board.
Abiding by the rules. Distances, all the things.
Well, I know we can't announce it, but I know we'll be crossing paths again here by the end of the summer, so I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, folks at home, make sure you're following them on all the socials, and don't miss out on a show because they got riffs. It's no secret now. Paul Silver from Jersey Beats, let the cat out of the bag. They got riffs.
It's been said.
If you guys got anything to add, if not, we're gonna wrap this up, and I guess you can play one last song.
I've said enough.
Yes, you definitely said enough, Jeff.
There's an Amber Alert going off now. What the fuck?
Well, somebody had.
Yeah, we should have more stuff to plug, but it's stuff that hasn't been announced yet, so stay tuned. Yeah.
Right on. What do you want to hear?
Big things. Another Joe. Eat it, Bernie's.
Ooh. Not a bad little tune. Not a bad little tune at all. All right, boys. Well, thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks,
appreciate it.
guys.
It was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah. I'll get this mix and set out on the world as soon as possible. But yeah, appreciate you guys coming on, and best of luck with all your upcoming shows and all your other adventures. I'm sure we'll be involved, hopefully, one way or another. But we got plans.
Excited. We're excited for what the future holds.
Hell
See
yeah,
you
boys.
guys in
All
real
right.
life.
Very soon. You guys have a great one.
You too. See ya.
See you guys.
Later.
Au revoir.
Some's left and wants to be and shoots around and says I'm free, keeps me up inside and sound, just as dirty as a hound. I don't even really care, shoot shit and ready to share a fair reminder of the sky. You take a peek and then you die. When I told you were gone, then I left you with the song. Did you still remember me, or did you toss away the key? I don't even really care. Shoot shit and ready to share a fair reminder of the sky. You take a peek and then you die. Eat the bunnies, everyone. Eat the bunnies, everyone. Eat the bunnies, everyone. Eat the bunnies, everyone. Sounds left and wants to be and shoots around and says I'm free. Creeps up and makes the sound just as dirty as a hound. I don't even really care. Shoot shit and ready to share a fair reminder of the sky. You take a peek and then you die. Eat the bunnies, everyone. Eat the bunnies, everyone. Eat the bunnies, everyone. Eat the bunnies,
This is Upside Down, man, on Denim Radio.
And that's going to be a wrap. So another successful interview. My computer didn't die, knock on wood.
Tribune.
But yeah, so there you guys have it. That was Upside Down Man in all their glory. It was definitely nice to touch base with those guys. I know they're super stoked, as they should be, on their new record. Looking down, not looking up. Oh no, it's looking up, not looking down. Fuck, now I confused myself, psyched myself out.
Pessimism
You know
at
what-
its finest, eh?
so if you don't know me, folks at home, I was one of the founding members of a zine in Red Deer, kind of like right around the COVID times when everybody had lots of time to contribute to a zine, and it's called Brutal Reality Digest. It's still out there, so go give them a follow. They don't do it. They don't do the print anymore, but they still do it online. But at one point in time, there's I interviewed a band, and I believe, now I'm going to get it wrong. I believe they're called On My Side. And I fucking wrote a whole article on them, interviewed them, and I fucking put On Your Side. So I can't remember. I might be having it backwards again because now I'm in my own head, but put it out to print, fucking like mailed it to them, and then fucking did a podcast interview. Fucking fucked up their band name. So luckily, they were good sports about it, and I was able to. I think I only printed like 80 or something. I was like, it was lucky because the printer was like, he didn't have staples or something, so I only printed like a portion of the order. So I was able to correct it on there and fix it all online. But it was kind of funny that, not funny, I was kind of mortified that I fucked that up. But it's, I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm still up to my same bullshit. After all these years, I still can't fucking get shit straight. But you know what? I don't need to, because you can just go to highenddenimrecords.com and find out for yourself. Pick up that album. You won't regret it.
If they ever make a deluxe edition, I know what the album's going to be called, though.
Because now I don't remember what it actually is. It's looking up, not looking down. All right, that's all I got to add to this circus. This is a pretty ridiculous episode, as it usually is. We kind of have a thing where everything's ridiculous, so I'm all right with it. At least our friends say it's funny. I don't know if anybody else thinks it's funny, but you got anything else to add before we wrap this up?
I don't, actually. Believe it or not, no.
That's very, very off character. Not like you at all. Yeah, just want to say, thanks everybody that tunes in every week or 2 weeks whenever I get around to putting an episode out, as long as I don't fuck up the audio like I normally do. But thanks for checking everything out. Thanks for supporting the bands. I mean, we're seeing some significant growth within the label, so and not just in someone's pants, but
Never.
Yeah, so we're very grateful for everyone that checks out our shit and purchases shit from the bands, gives it a stream. Every podcast playlist curator that throws their bands on it, like it all helps, and we're definitely seeing the fruits of our labor here. So we're definitely stoked at what the future holds. Lots of cool conversations happening. We'll see what we can pull off here in the future. But I think we're just gonna play one last song and call her another week. So how did we get a hold of this out? It's actually a double album.
It's a double album. I remember bits and pieces of it, but anyways, when we met our buddy Diego in Costa Rica, he had this album, and he said, "Oh, I have this CD. You guys should have this album. Rules. It's a band from Mexico, I believe." So that's how we got the album. I almost announced the song, even though it was your pick. But yeah, Diego, Punk Rock Mag, gave it to us when we were down there visiting him, and the album rips.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna listen to song number 5 on, which one is this? This is number 2 or number 1?
The second album, I think.
The Shadow of the Colossus, the Titan. And there's also Shadow of the Colossus, the Knight. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this has a guest singer on it, correct?
It does. Might sound familiar.
Yeah, we won't name names. Yeah, we will. It's old Emily Plamondon. She's helped us out in the past, so she keeps popping up. She's in demand. People want to hear her voice. So yeah, we're gonna listen to this song called Harakiri? How do you pronounce it?
Oh, you're asking the wrong guy.
Harakiri, we're gonna go with. It's probably wrong. Harry Carey?
I like that one.
Hey, what about this? We're gonna listen to this song now. Cubs win.
All right, this has been Josh.
And Ozone.
And we will catch you again on the next episode of Denim Radio.
I don't actually know if we said what band it was.
Okay, so this band, I don't know if we said it. It's called Icarus Fallen. So there we go. We forgot to say the band name, but there it is. We got too caught up in the backstory and talking about my fuck ups that we forgot to name the name. So Icarus Fallen, featuring Emily. Check it out.
Harakiri.
Hey.
No.
Good.
Like, you've never heard this?